So I recently covered the least and most commonly used of the 171 different possible type combinations from the Pokemon franchise. But despite the extensive roster of over 1,000 Pokemon, there are still 9 unused type combinations that have yet to be seen. So I made some rough designs of my own to talk about them a bit. This is part 1, where I will be talking about 3 of these unused types, starting with Poison and Ice. For this type, I decided to create a regional variant of Pincurchin, because while the electric type is certainly interesting, we all know the poison type is plenty fitting for this Pokemon. As for the green color and the ice type, this is due to the creature I based it off of, which is the Arctic green sea urchin, as it is one of the few species of sea urchin I could find that lives in an Arctic climate. And while not venomous, the bright color could read as such. I would imagine the reason we haven't seen this type is due to the limited ideas you could come up with, and the fact that the types do not complement each other whatsoever, providing more weaknesses and minimal coverage. Next up is actually an evolutionary line I designed to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or more specifically rock, as I combined both unused rock type combos into this one line. Starting with the rock and normal type, I have a regional form of Roggenrola. This Roggenrola is primarily made up of quartz, as it is one of the most abundant and generally plain-looking minerals, usually seen in a clear or white color, which is typically associated with the normal type. However, as it evolves, I figured it would change into a completely new Pokemon, losing the normal type and replacing it with Ghost. And in this form, it takes the appearance of a ghostly hand, using its protruding crystals as fingers, which it sometimes uses to walk around, similarly to Boldor's legs. And finally, it evolves once more into a fully floating rock eye with 2 whole hands that it can control with its ghostly powers. This design for the Ghost type edition not only came from the idea of ghostly hands and floating eyes, but also the naming of Phantom Quartz, where a quartz crystal has layers that are visible on the inside of it, as well as Smoky Quartz, which is often associated with spiritual energy. There is also the stone tape theory, which details the concept of ghosts and hauntings occurring from rocks or other objects that have absorbed past memories. These 2 type combinations also offer very little in terms of offensive or defensive capabilities outside of the 4 times weakness of fighting type with rock normal that would become an immunity with rock and ghost. Again, these ideas are only quick thought up concepts, but I still had fun working on them. Stay tuned for the next part where we'll cover some more of these unused types, and don't forget to subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.